And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I want to thank you guys so much for helping me to get to 3,000 subscribers. For me, that's a huge thing. We're coming up on 2.5 years that I've done this channel, and it's very exciting. I'm actually very, very grateful that I've stuck to it, and I knew at the time when I started this YouTube channel that I was going to continue to do this. No matter what happens to YouTube, I'm going to continue to share the message that I have to the world for the rest of my life. So to get to 3,000 people, it's absolutely amazing. So thank you guys again. Today we're going to talk about school. If you're still in school, this video is for you. If you're still considering school, this video is for you. If you are in like literally middle school or high school, this video is for you. I'm talking to every single guy out there who is in a public school or private school with general education, or that is public of any sort, or to any college or university. Quit. Why? Let's talk about it. First of all, let's start with the kids, shall we? If you're 12 years old today, you've begun your testosterone development. If you're 12 years old today, you've begun your testosterone development. There's a lot of testosterone going to develop in you in the next few years. Why does that have to do anything with schooling? It's because this testosterone has to be put to work. This testosterone has to be put to work in order for you to achieve your potential and for you to not be led astray to do the things that you don't want to be doing, that will jack up your life, that will postpone the enjoyment out of life that you can have. Why are you going to school? Think about it. Why are you doing it? Number one, because my parents told me that I have to. I'm not 18 yet, so I don't decide over my own life. Or I go to school because if you don't go to school, then I can't get into college. Or if I don't go to school, then I can't get a scholarship for college and I can't be an athlete, because in America you have to be part of school in order for you to become an athlete. Or I can't get a job if I don't have a high school degree. Or I can't make money in the future if I don't get a high school degree. Okay, all of those excuses are ridiculous. And I'll explain why. The biggest one that you might have a problem with, if you're 12, 13, 14, 15, okay, I get it. If you're 16, in my opinion, I would run away from home, in fact, in order for me not to go to school. If my parents force me to do it. That's how intense I am about schooling. Okay? If you're below 16 years old, don't run away from home. Just get as much food and stuff like that from your parents that you can until you can run away when you're 16. If you have to. I know this is extreme stuff, okay? But I'm telling you why. Let me tell you why. Okay. Let's use and comment down below if you've got some thoughts on the subject, or maybe if you regret having gone to school, or maybe if you're thinking that I'm absolutely stupid and that I'm freaking out. Because we need to have a discussion about this. Because this is wasting kids' time. It is wasting their potential, and it's wasting their life away, and it makes them very, very focused on women. Because they're going to school with them. And it makes them focus on alcohol and partying and doing stupid stuff with your time, with your life. Okay? It puts you in okay. What do you want? The biggest one that we want is life enjoyment. That's the competition, guys, for us to be happy in life for the rest of your life. Okay? Joy. All right? If we want to attain joy, then we've got to make sure that we set our lives up in such a way that we can have that joy exponentially growing over time. One of the most important things that you need in order for you to have joy, obviously, is a family in the future. Not monogamy, not one woman, but for you to have 3 women and being able to retain them and keep them happy and exponentially increase their happiness over time. If you don't understand my 3 Girls in Love concept, subscribe to the 3 Girls in Love channel where I teach women how they work, how they function, because they don't know. Have you noticed that women are very, they're very dual creatures? They say one thing and then they do something completely different. They don't understand what's going on in their heads. Female nature is a male science because we can observe and have case study. Women, they're so emotional that they can't rationally understand themselves. And if you're feminine, you have the same problem. You can't understand yourself because you're so emotional. As a guy, I'm explaining to you right now that in the future, you will want to have a family in order for you to get the most joy and happiness from life possible. That's where money comes in. Because very often when you're feminine, you don't believe that money is important. As a guy, you're just like, it's not important to me. I can live minimalistically and not need money. Very often, a masculine or a guy who's feminine is going to think like this because he doesn't understand the big picture. He understands himself, the small picture. Because we as men, we don't really need much money or much material things in order for us to be happy, right? But when you understand the big picture of you being masculine and desiring to attract feminine creatures and wanting to retain them without manipulation and all that crap, you will want to have money. You will want to have cash to provide for them the things that they desire. Because if you understand female nature, you understand that they compete, okay, with other women who have what they want. If they go out into society and they look at something, they're like, oh my gosh, imagine if I could have that, right? Then it's your duty and job as a man to compete in order for you to have the funds in order to give them the things that they desire. Man, the joy that comes in your heart from you having had the power, the ability to produce the money necessary in order for them to get exactly what it is that they want. Them, not her. Okay? 3 women's desires. It's gonna need money. What does this have to do with school? Well, I'm going to school in order to make lots of money. You can't make lots of money from going to school. And if you are, you're part of the 1% that are studying something really niche, like becoming a surgeon that makes $2 million a year. And even that's not enough. I'm helping you to understand the big picture. You can become a multi-millionaire and a billionaire over time if you understand the principles that are on this channel. Yeah, but you're not a billionaire. I made massive mistakes, but I understand how business works. I understand consistency. I understand masculinity and what's necessary in order for you to, as fast as possible, get to the end result. For you to get rich when you're young, instead of getting rich when you're old. This is why I unsubscribed from Graham Stephan, which was like, wow, how did he get to 2 million subscribers on YouTube that fast within like 3.5 years or 4 years? It's absolutely insane. But when he begins to tell people that, you wanna get rich when you're 60 and 65, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what kind of mindset is he giving to the youth out there? Be a minimalist and save money? No. Invest in Vanguard? No. You need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in your own education, not a college education, but billionaire education to understand the simple principles that are needed for you to get exponential growth on the money side by investing in business, your business. Not other big overvalued crap businesses like YouTube and Tesla and Google and all that stuff. No, no, no. You need to invest in your own self and your own ability to build businesses. Because the moment you do that, the moment you get the confidence that you can become a billionaire, everything changes in your mindset. Everything. Because you begin to look at opportunities. How fast can I get results out of this? But consistent results and sustainable results. And the best result that you can get from any project is what you learn. Okay? What you learn from the project is the most important thing you can get from any project. Because your learning is going to go in here. And once it gets in there, you can actually use it for the next project. And then for the next project. And then for the next project. Like, who cares about the money in many aspects? Because the money will flow naturally to those that are learning the things that are necessary for them to take the next step on their journey. When you go to school, you're stuck with the mindset of those that are teaching you. And they're poor. Insane how that works, isn't it? Teachers and professors in school, okay, and if you are between the ages of 12 and 18, they're poor. They don't have any savings. They don't intend to become business owners. They're teachers hired by the public or by the private school to teach, and they're going to teach forever. Horrific to listen to those from the time you get testosterone. Okay? Do some push-ups. I'm going to close some doors so that my kids... Where was I? 12 to 18 years old. 6 years, man! You can become a millionaire before you're 18 if you apply the correct principles. You're 12 years old today. You can become a millionaire by the time you're 18. For sure. Absolutely. What I tell all the other guys, all my clients, I tell them it takes 6 months for you to get momentum in any project that you're building. Any business project. And if it doesn't, if it takes longer, it's because you suck. And it's because you're limited by what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and that's why it's important that you work in order to make money so that you can pay for someone who knows more than you do. Or volunteer yourself for their time. Okay? There are tons of guys out there who are willing to mentor you for free if you work for them for free. It's very often something that people don't know. Kids don't know this. That they're like, oh, I can actually get knowledge for free from millionaires, multi-millionaires, if I simply volunteer my skills, volunteer my time. They're going to teach you because you got the right mindset. As a 12-year-old, I want to get rich, man. I want to get rich. You gotta understand, I could do the whole spiel of, oh, well, money doesn't buy happiness. But you gotta understand the whole life enjoyment thing. So many people say, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Do you know who says that? It's the people who think about money for the rest of their lives. That's the people who say money doesn't buy happiness. And then they work for money until they're 65, 75, and they hope that the government's pension is going to be sufficient in order for them before they die. You want to listen to them in terms of money doesn't buy happiness? Money has the ability to buy the things that does create happiness. Money in itself is just paper. Of course it doesn't buy happiness. Rub it on your face. Who cares? It's not about the money. It's about what money can buy. Okay? When you have the cash, and when you have so much cash that you can buy whatever it is that you want, then you don't think about money anymore. Interesting how that works, huh? You don't think about money anymore because you can buy the things that you want. And when you buy the things that you want, you now can actually focus on the experience of life instead of focusing on, I gotta go back to work and make money. Oh, but I wish I could work on these experiences and have fun with my experiences of life and be with my family and go on that vacation trip that they always wanted but that I can't afford yet. Do you get my drift? Money does buy happiness if you invest it in the right things. Money in the vault or gold bars, right? I do suggest investing in gold, silver, Bitcoin right now. But gold bars in themselves in the vault are ineffective. Money needs to be invested in people, in businesses, and put in rotation so that society improves. If I'm a rich guy and I've got all of my stash stacked in gold and buried somewhere, how is that helping humanity at all? It's not. We got to invest and then create more gold bars so that we can invest more. Because I'd rather have the gold bars in my possession and me invest in people than give it to other rich people that don't understand happiness like I do. Because then I can produce more happiness for other people. The more happiness you produce for other people, the more happiness you will have in your own life. That's why money produces happiness. Okay. As I was saying to the 12-year-olds, do you understand now why I say to, okay, let's go to the college people. But I need something, I can't, if I don't go to college, then I'm going to have a low-paying job for the rest of my life. No, you're not. You're feminine if you believe that. Femininity makes you believe that the thing that's happening right now is going to last forever. It's not. And I tell people on this channel to get 3 jobs, okay, as fast as possible. Within a week, if you can. It shouldn't take longer than a week if you're applying for 50 to 100 jobs every single day, face-to-face, meeting the manager. Here's my application. I'm fired up and I'm going to follow up on you in 48 to 72 hours. Okay? If you do that every single day, 100 applications a day, you will have 3 jobs by the end of that week. You're taking too long. Okay? For those of you who are actually trying to get jobs. If you do that, what was I saying? If you do that, if you actually get those jobs, how long are you going to have those jobs for? That depends on one thing. It depends if you are actually putting in the daily hours of your free time, okay? So you work 70 to 80 hours a week, but are you investing your free time, the small free time that you have, the hour or 2 hours a day, and the weekend, preferably you're working every single day, but are you investing those 1 to 2 hours every single day, any free time that you have, in your business, in your side hustle that is going to produce income for you so that you can quit those jobs that you have one small step at a time, okay? Very often, guys want to start their business immediately, and I'm going to focus all of my time on my business, and they end up being less effective and being distracted by women, alcohol, partying, going to the beach, all that stuff instead, which is ridiculous. If you want to get something done, give it to someone who doesn't have the time to do it, which means you need to get into the time frame where you don't have the time to do anything. And that's the time when you become extremely effective, like a CEO, for example, of spending your time wisely so that you do get the time necessary to build your business on the side. I got a client, okay, and he works now 7 days a week, and he's been doing that for the past 2 weeks, and I was on a call with him yesterday, and then he said, oh, yes, I should be working on my music this weekend. I have 2 days now where I don't work at all. But I'm going, a friend called me and said that, he has a boat and we can go on the lake and it's so beautiful weather. It's so hot and I don't feel creative right now because of blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then, so I was like, okay, he's been working for 2 weeks. Okay, let's give him a small little, few hours break. And then I say, and tomorrow you've got all day, right? And he's like, Yeah, not really, because I promised another friend that I was gonna go with him to the lake, another lake, and we're gonna do. It's so hot, man. Blah 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 blah. Bro, come on, man. You were trying to get you out of those jobs where you're working every single day, 12 hours a day. We're trying to get you out of there. This is not the time to be playing. This is not the time. You can start playing once you have built a business that's replaced all of your full-time jobs, all of your jobs, all of those 70 to 80-hour work weeks, so that you now replace it with your business where you're making tons of money, or even if it's just more money than the jobs, but you're working 70 to 80-hour work weeks with your job, with your business, and now you have the time on the side for fun. For fun. And that's gonna be for the rest of your life. Okay? And if you want, you can cut down your work hours to 60 hours. But you should never, ever cut your hours down. No matter how old you are, you're 110 years old. Why would you cut down your work hours to less than 60 hours a week? It doesn't make any sense to me. I want to work at least 250 hours a month, no matter what. Forever. Why? Because you're serving humanity. And the more you serve humanity and solve their problems, the more happiness you get. Because you're creating happiness out there. Why would I ever stop working? Work is what keeps you alive. Having problems that are unsolvable in this lifetime is what keeps you alive. Because you want to solve it. And when you're working, did you understand my mindset, my frame of mind here? Why would I go to college when I'm going to have a business within 6 months having momentum, creating exponential growth for me so that I will never have jobs ever again in my entire life? Do you understand the mindset here? That there's no purpose, none whatsoever, to get a 3-year college degree if you have a business within 6 months that produces the necessary income for you to quit at least one of the jobs. And then it takes you another 6 months to quit the next job. And then it takes you another 6 months, maybe a year. Let's say it takes you 2.5 years to get rid of all of your jobs, no matter how old you are. As long as you've got a mentor. As long as you've got someone who's a millionaire or who knows what they're talking about, leading you and helping you to succeed. If you're doing this all on your own, it's going to take you 10 years because you're going to be distracted. You're not going to be held accountable, and you're going to be distracted by girls. You're going to be distracted by alcohol. You're going to be distracted by your friends. And you're going to be distracted by your parents and religion and everything else going on in your life. And you're not going to be squeezing the juice, the joy out of the life that you have. Because you're being distracted. And you're limiting your masculinity and your ability to do, your power. You need someone, okay? You need to be willing to work for free for them or pay them for their services so that you can save years of your life. Years, man. I'm telling you, the things that I teach on this channel are extreme. Yes, I know that. But don't you want to have extreme amounts of happiness? I do, right? And we know the principles that it takes in order for you to have extreme happiness. Take every principle to the extreme and see if it works. The principles that I teach work. No matter who you are. No matter who you are. So if you are that 12-year-old, let's say that your parents are saying, no, you're going to school, you're going to school. I'm not saying that you should not finish your college degree, okay? Not saying that. Or I mean, high school diploma, not the college degree. Oh my gosh. Never ever finish a college degree, ever, no matter what. Okay, I quit school, I quit college, and I'm so grateful. And if it was up to me, I would have quit school when I was 6 years old. I would have never gone a day to school if I could have chosen, if I knew what I knew now. Okay, with the information that I have now, I would have never, ever gone to school. Ever. How much do I have to repeat yourself because you're still thinking about school? Why? Why? Okay, you're 6 years old. Mommy, I don't want to go to school. I hate school. I don't want to go there. Yeah, you got to go to school because you need a good job. Okay? Your parents don't know squat. So how can you convince your parents that you should not go to school? Okay? If you're trying to convince your parents I don't want to go to college, oh my gosh. Okay? Grow up. Grow up. And tell them face to face, it's a waste of time. There's a financial collapse just around the corner and I have no cash and you're telling me to go to college? It's the worst advice you could possibly give me, Mom and Dad. Why would you do that to me? Why? Okay? I should be working 3 jobs right now, accumulating gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And you're telling me to go to college. Thanks. Okay. As a 12-year-old, what do you do? What do you tell your parents? Because obviously, you're not old enough, okay? The police is going to, basically, if they find you in the street, they're going to put you in their car and drive you back home. Okay, so what are you going to do? Well, you got to tell your parents something very smart. Hey, Mom and Dad, I got important news for you. And it's going to be difficult for you to understand this, but hear me out, okay? Just a little bit, I'm going to tell you something. It takes me 3 minutes, and then you guys can come with your objections, and then use your sales skills that you learned from me here, or from a coach, or from wherever. Okay, I'm teaching you right now. I'm giving you some tips. I love school, okay? I love school, and I want to finish a high school diploma. Don't get me wrong. This is what you tell your parents. However, I think that I could be way more effective and learn a lot faster than my classmates if I was homeschooled. And now I know that you guys don't have the ability to homeschool me because you both have jobs and there's a lot of, you guys have a lot of responsibilities and you can't follow me up and all that stuff. I promise, if you allow me to be homeschooled, I will take care of my own schooling. I will help you guys out to figure out where I need to be in terms of my classes, and I'm going to make sure that I take all of the tests. I'm going to make sure that everything is going to be set up for me to succeed with my homeschooling. There are some great homeschooling programs online. I promise. And they're cheap, okay? And the reason why, I'm just telling you guys, again, you're still talking to your parents here. I promise I'm going to become better than everyone in my class or in my age grade, okay? And I'm going to do that. I'm going to improve by studying at least 1 hour a day. I think that's enough because very often they're not focused. The kids that are in school and they're in class and all that stuff. If I focus 1 hour a day, I'll be better than them. Okay. You guys don't believe me? Fine. I'll do 2 hours for the first year and prove to you guys that I'm better at tests and everything and exams, whatever, than they are. With my homeschooling that I'm going to put together myself, okay? And if I do that, then we can reduce it to 1 hour of study every single day, and that's it. And I'm going to finish my high school diploma. Do we have a deal? And then if you guys want me to go to college, then I'll do the last year of high school, okay, in the future. When my last year, senior high, I want to become an athlete myself, okay? I want to become an NBA star or a major league baseball player, okay? I'm going to do my last final year of high school so that I can get a scholarship, become a valedictorian in college, and then actually become become a professional whatever player. Do you understand what I'm telling you here? I am saving you right now almost 10,000 hours with that one conversation as a 12-year-old. 10,000 hours. If you've read the book Outliers, which you haven't, probably, by Malcolm Gladwell, don't waste your time. Just understand the principle behind it. The principle is, it takes 10,000 hours for you to become a master, and I'm talking elite, world-class master at anything. Anything. No matter what it is. no matter what it is, and you're going to spend it in school? What a waste. You could have spent 1 hour, maximum 2 hours a day, becoming the best in your class, and then you use 10 hours the rest of the day to become a master at your craft. A master at your craft. And make it into a business. Become a millionaire by the time you're 18 years old, and I promise you, your life is gonna be exponentially amazing. You're gonna have power. You're gonna have the ability to do. You're gonna be a leader. And as a leader, you can accomplish and achieve anything because you are visionary. And when you're a visionary, you can get anyone, if you're a good leader, to follow your vision. And some of them will do it for free. Some of them are going to be like, man, I love your vision, man. Man, bro, can I work for you? I'll work for free for just a few months, just so that you know that I can. This is what's going to happen in the financial collapse, by the way. If you have a business during the financial collapse, there's going to be people that will work for pennies on the dollar in order for them to just work and have a job and learn from you. They want to learn from you. And as long as they get some food and lodging, they'll work for you because they're learning and they'll understand. Okay? That's what I wanted to share with you guys. If you understand the 10,000 hours of six years of schooling, how much time you saved, how much alcohol, how much girls you've managed to avoid, okay, not going to high school, how many bad friends you've managed to avoid, and instead focused on good, wholesome friends who have goals, who are going somewhere, and who want to become millionaires by the time they're 18. Okay? What do I recommend right now? If you're 12 years old, again, this is for any age. If you're 80 years old, I recommend the same thing. I don't know what kind of business I need to achieve. I don't know what kind of business I should build. You're telling me not to go to school, but I don't know what kind of business. Okay, first of all, get those jobs so that you've got cash, right? Oh, but I'm 12 years old, 13 years old. I'm not allowed to get a job because that's child labor in my country. Okay. Then you've got 10 hours a day. If you actually manage to do the spiel with your parents that I just told you, you can now use 10 hours a day studying how to make money online. Okay? That's one aspect. Or get your parents to invest in a course, in an academic course for you to learn something that's gonna make you rich. Okay? Don't waste their money though. Which course do I recommend? Right now, in this time, I recommend you become a blockchain developer. That's what I recommend. That's the best financial and career advice that I can give you right now. If you have no idea what you want to do, you just want to make money in the future, become a blockchain developer. That's going to give you so many opportunities in the next 5 years. It is ridiculous. I'm serious. This is the new internet. This is like you wondering, oh, what should I do with my time? It's 1995, 1996, 1997. I would tell you, understand the internet. That's what I would have told you at that time, right? If I knew what I knew then. Now, right? 2020 hindsight. We know the next massive technological new thing for the future that's going to happen in the next 10, 15 years is blockchain and Bitcoin and how companies operate. We're going to replace the old fiat currencies, guys. This is the space you want to be in right now. Become a blockchain developer, not necessarily to have a job, although you do make approximately 150 to 200,000 current dollars per year having a job like that. And you can work remotely. Oh my gosh. Like, that's the option, but then you also have the option to create your own business in that field when you understand what you're talking about, when you understand what you're doing. And signing up to joseph.ONTRACC, he has the world's biggest online academy for blockchain, will set you apart from everyone else. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I love this topic. Let's go and check out some comments. Okay, go to school, everybody. Okay, that is absolutely horrific advice. I can quit school I can't quit school just yet. I'm balls deep into this program. I feel sorry for you, Alejandro. I feel sorry. They'll lock me in juvie if I don't go to school. I feel like college is my only way out of Lima, Ohio. I'll be forced to get a factory job, and that will become my life. That is your femininity speaking, mysteriously kind. Your femininity believes that something is going to be the current state forever. It's not going to be the current state forever. I understand, you know, you maybe have a little bit different circumstance, but if you're able to get into college, you're able to start a business. It's just as easy to build a business and create momentum in the business than it is to get a college degree. No matter who you are, no matter what your circumstance in life, it is more difficult for you to actually complete a degree than it is to build a successful business. I'm serious. Literally. Oh my gosh. Okay, how to invest in Bitcoin. Check out Ivan on Tech. Yes. Are you a millionaire? No, I'm not a millionaire. Oh, then why should we listen to you? Because I made a fatal mistake. Okay? In 2011. No, 2009. 2009? Was it? 2009. October 2009, I made a fatal mistake to my career. I got married. I got 3 kids. And that was basically what I'd been taught from my religious leaders. Get what my religious leaders also told me to do. They told me to get a college degree. They told me, you get the A's and I'll give you the B's. And then he went on to say, like, be this and be that and be good and be clean and blah, blah, blah. But get the A's, man. And I'm like, right now, worst advice I could ever receive. Monogamy is the worst advice you could ever receive. And I'm telling you this from someone who's been building businesses for the last 11 years. Horrific. I know how to build a business, but I'm choosing to have family as my highest value as number 1. Once we got the 3 girls, then we can start building the multi-billion ideas that I got. Okay, I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy, my friend. Only real ones know the difference. Definition-wise, who cares? Rich, wealthy, I understand what you're saying. Like, wealthy is passive income and also having the time freedom and also this, that, and the other. But, bro, just get the money. Like, you want passive income from your business. That's what I'm talking about. And that's wealth. Okay? But thank you, Alejandro. I think you're awesome. And thank you for the donation. That's absolutely amazing. My second donation ever on my channel. Thank you so much, Alejandro. You're awesome. I want to go to business school, but it's so expensive. Oh, my goodness. Don't go to business school. Don't. That's what I did. Horrific advice. Real ones know the difference between need and want. Let's see. I don't know what the real ones... Are you guys talking about women? Because... No, women do not know the difference between need and want because what they want is what they need. Interesting how that works in many aspects. Don't get a girlfriend. What if you can score one high-paying job in Australian public sector? Why would you want to build up the government? You understand that when you work for government, you're building government up, right? I was a metro driver in Norway, and I never thought of it that way, but for 5 freaking years, I built up the government because I was a government employee. Why would I do that to myself? Why? And if you work in government, you better believe that most probably you're going to have a female boss. Why? Because 2/3 of the people who work in government are women. Did you know that? At least in Norway. Might be different other places, but I don't think so. Because 2/3 of men work in the private sector, and 2/3 of women work in the public sector. I wonder why. Because women are majority socialists. Okay? And men usually are capitalists. Unless they're feminine. Let's see. So no, don't go to public sector. Be in the private sector because you've got more opportunity for making good money there. But not only that, bro, why are you guys thinking jobs? Get those McDonald's and Subway and horrific jobs and work 12 hours a day for the next 6 months, okay? That's what I'm recommending so that you never, ever want to keep a job ever in your entire life. I feel sorry for those guys that have high-paying jobs because you know how hard it is for you to ever get out of that high-paying job when you begin to earn that much money and you're literally spending that money and you're setting yourself up with a very good lifestyle and you actually feel very good about yourself because you actually make quite a lot of money, but you are building yourself a ditch. You're digging a ditch right there, getting a high-paying job. Why? Because you'll never be able to get out of it. Because you're like, I can't get rid of this job. I make so much money, and my business is not making me this much money, and now the risk-reward ratio, oh, it's so hard. No, you should have started with low-paying jobs first to make sure that you never, ever, 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 ever want a job in the future. Why would you want a job with the information that I'm giving you here? It's ridiculous. Okay? Get a business that replaces those jobs in less than 18 months to 2.5 years, and then you'll never have a job ever again in your entire life. Ever. Okay? Why would you want a high-paying job? I don't want a high-paying job. Let's see. Create jobs. Now we're talking. Thank you so much, Bhawana Gupta. Yes. That's what we're doing. Creating jobs. Why do you want a job instead of creating jobs? In the beginning, though, you create jobs. Okay? Now, I mean, in the beginning, you get 3 jobs, but then you work all of your efforts on your free time to get out of those jobs. Once you're out of those jobs, for the rest of your life, you'll be creating jobs. Good on you. We all have needs, but not many of us know what we want. Check out my last video about that. Masculinity is knowing exactly what you want. Wanting anything in life is only the first step. We all need money and riches, but not many want to be wealthy, my friend. You're saying exactly the other way around. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I don't have friends anyways. Good for you. It's actually good. Very often, if you have friends when you suck, those friends are gonna suck. So good for you for not having friends. Like literally, I'm serious about that. Because the less friends you have, the more you can get new friends. Right? You got to get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. If you suck, your friends suck. If you're awesome, then your friends are awesome and you actually enjoy spending time with your friends and they're actually leading you in the right direction. Right? So on your journey while you suck, that's the hardest time in life, to be by yourself and to be alone on your journey towards success. And that's good. Now you can begin to attain the friends, the successful friends that will help you to get to the next level. Let's see. Where are you from? How old are you? What time is it where you're from? Let's see. Become homeless. To be honest with you, I recommended one of my clients to live in his car. He's 26 years old and I told him, bro, why are you living still at home? If you don't have money to get your own place, live in your car, man. Do you know how much you're going to save from rent living in your car? Oh my gosh. And then you've got the gym right next to you where you can shower, make sure you look top good and everything, blah, 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 and make sure, you know, whatever, and then go to work. But then what happened is that he ended up, being so busy that he never sees his mom, so he never gets the negative input, and so he ends up living in a bed and breakfast anyway at home. So, that kind of worked out. But for those of you who don't have that option, live in your car. Man, it's awesome. No taxes if no home. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, thank you for the 3,000 subscribers. Let's get this to 4,000 subscribers by sharing this with as many people as possible, because people need to know that they need to quit school. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next one.